Good morning, my loves. Welcome, welcome. While I'm just waiting for people to show up, just do some little clearing. If you're joining, please do drop a comment in the chat and let me know where you're joining from. Haven't done a live session for a while, and I will start by saying for anyone coming on the live stream, first of all, welcome. And this is an opportunity for you to bring forward your healing requests and have me work the energy in real time. I do all need to say that this is not a replacement for Western medicine, so any advice that comes through me, please use for entertainment purposes only. And also acknowledge that anybody who speaks or presents their condition or their situation in a public forum, that you give your consent for me to investigate and look into your situation. And if nobody shows up, we'll just do a general healing for the collective. So go ahead and find yourself here. Take a moment to sit, stand, lay, however you are. Just ground into your body. Ground into yourself. Anchor yourself here on planet Earth. Feel the life force in your body. Feel your spirit housed in this vessel. Take a deep breath. And another. Just tune in with yourself and see how you're feeling. And open the space with a prayer to Great Spirit. Father, Mother God, to create this space as sacred, this spiritual space as sacred, and that any collective, the viewers here, receive this beautiful healing energy, acknowledging that all healing comes from the divine. Calling on the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, His Holiness Swami Vivekananda Saraswati, Dr. Gregorio King Solomon, Gaia Pachamama, Buddha, Kuan Yin, Jesus, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Saint Damien and Saint Cosmos, the Psychic Surgery Team, the Legion of Light, the Brotherhood of Light, beings in alignment with the highest good. To bring through a healing energy for the collective and what they need to hear and receive today. Good morning, Miss Annie. Welcome. It's always nice when someone shows up. I feel an anchor point. I feel an anchor point on another part of the world. So starting today, I'm seeing to drop in a channel of light through the crown, through the heart, all the way down the vertical line, center, in alignment with the spine, into the heart. Feel the softening of the heart. Feel the blossoming of the heart, just like a rose petal opening. Feel the blossoming of the heart. And then this vertical line, this channel of light keeps going down through all of the chakras, through the root, and dropping, grounding you into Mother Earth. So first of all, you're anchoring. tuning in, connecting. And as I do this, I feel the shaking, shifting turbulence that is happening on the Earth's crust. A lot of oscillation, a lot of earthquakes, a lot of volcanoes, a lot of shifting, changing. And how that is rippling up through our physical bodies and through our consciousness, through our mindset. And so what's on offer here today is a clearing of fear, because there's an unsettlingness and an uncertainty that is arising with the changes that are happening worldwide. That's on every level. That's natural disasters, that's politics, that's wars, that's famine, that's people waking up. And this brings up a vibration of fear. So we're just going to clear that fear. Clearing the fear for the collective. And I see a lot of people kind of clinging and hanging on to like a rock, like the only thing solid in their lives. So with this whirlwind swirling around them. So just bringing you back into the center of your own vortex, bringing you back into the center of your own being, bringing you into a connected place with your spirit. And this comes up to a place of trust. Trusting that you're in the right place at the right time. Trusting that you'll be guided to where you need to be, whether it's 1 foot in either direction, or overseas, or on a journey, or in your home. And Spirit's asking me here today to enhance your inner knowing. So receive this healing today as an amplification and a endorsement and a support of your inner knowing. So fine-tuning, just like you would tune a radio or a dial for those 50 plus. Tuning a dial to align with the frequency of trust and knowing. Just allowing yourself to receive and absorb this energy that's coming through. Archangel Michael stepping forward to clear and cut any energy that doesn't belong to you. So allow in your mind's eye to surface any situation, any relationship, any people, any environment that doesn't resonate as true for you. Could be work, family member, relationship. If there's discord or fractiousness or disharmony, just allow your thoughts to wander to that situation in your life, what's pertinent in your life. And now zeroing in on the fractiousness, the agitation, the grating, the rub, and clearing that out of your field. So this is in a sense of returning your field to your own self, coming home to yourself, being true to yourself. If you're just joining, welcome. This is an opportunity to ask for healing requests. So if you would like my focus or the channel that's open the communication from Spirit as it pertains to you, by all means, please put forth your request in the comment section. Right now I'm feeling a lot of energy coming out of this hand here, my left hand. I'm just going to hold my hands up because Spirit's instructing me to do so. So see if you can open yourself to receive this healing energy. And the word that's coming is lightening. So with that awareness, bring lightening to any aspect of your life that is in shadow. If you'd like clarity on a situation in your life, if there is an area or aspect of your life that you're feeling confused, or that you're feeling uncertain, or that you're feeling unsure about, direct the energy that's coming through, whether it's your mind, the little child self, whether it's aspect of physical body. Bring this energy to that area in your mind, in your heart, in your body. Align your prayer with the intention to bring clarity to this aspect of self. And sometimes it's in the quiet, non-verbal communication where the impact is greatest. Sometimes it's in the silent moments where the effect is most potent. And this is true in my experience when I sit to meditate and drop in and tune in. That's where the most impact, the most change, the most alchemy can happen. And now I'm seeing to clear any debris in your energetic field. This is as you walk through life, if you've absorbed or picked up kind of any energy from other people in your care, in your family, in relationship, at your work, in your day-to-day, maybe a chance encounter with a stranger. If there's anything that's caused an abrasiveness or an agitation or discord or had you spiral in any way, just clearing any energetic debris. Dogs come to say hello. Clearing your field of any debris. Take a deep breath. All the clutter. And with the suggestion from on high that perhaps this is the domino to flick and motivate you to clear out your space. Not just your energetic space, but your surrounds, your physical surrounds. So if you suddenly feel motivated in the next few days to clear out the junk, this is a lightening up. This is an action that you can take to kind of integrate this energy. just be aware that any kind of energy healing, in my experience, comes with a potential process of catharsis afterwards. So when you receive energy healing and it shines the spotlight onto an aspect of self that's otherwise been in shadow, that it can bring forward emotions that follow. Perhaps these energy imprints have been functioning back of stage and you've been operating, walking forward without awareness of these levers and pulleys that have been pulling the strings, literally, the thoughts, the self-depreciating thoughts, things, the self-talk in the back of the mind. And when you put a spotlight on an aspect of self that brings them into the fore, that there can be a follow-up with an emotional catharsis as they clear. So in some ways, some people would call this shadow work as well. Allowing yourself to look at your fears, look at any shame, any guilt, any judgment, any despair, any self-hatred, any hatred directed at another. All of the heavier, denser emotions that sometimes are projected on us, sometimes we feel in response to a situation. These weigh us down. They create a grind in the gears for us to move forward in flow. So bringing your attention to them, allowing them to surface into your consciousness so that you can see them, find the source point of how they became in your field of consciousness. You're then able to dissipate, alchemize, transform, transmute, dissolve, resolve, and absolve them. Any of the work that I do comes from my own life experience. I'm not a doctor. Not a doctor of medicine. All the sticky tangles and threads, the threads of any webs that you may have woven yourself, the threads of any webs that you may have been entangled in relationship that bind you. I'm of the mind that each of us yearns to be free. I know I certainly yearn to be free and affirm that I am free. Here and now. And that looks different for each person, obviously. But for me, it means living in a home, a body that is free-flowing and well, being financially independent, having a sanctuary to call home, having a loving community, dear friends, dear family. The important things that nourish us. Just bringing it back to the basics of what's important. Now, Spirit is directing the energy to the heart. So if you can for a moment, bring your attention to your heart. You can place your hand there if you like to feel the beat within your chest. Just take a moment to tune into the heart. Check in with yourself and see how you're feeling. How is your heart feeling? Is it at peace? Is it turbulent? Are you at war with yourself? Are you at war with another? Is it feeling lost and forgotten, abandoned, neglected, rejected? How is your beautiful heart? And Spirit is asking to ask you to contemplate rather than look for love, validation, recognition, connection from another, from anyone else, from a group, from work. You just turn that focus inward just for this moment, just for this time, to give yourself that recognition, give yourself that validation, give yourself that love, that nourishment, that nurturing that really only you can give yourself. And if you feel bereaved, or if there's a disconnect from a parent, for example, perhaps you never got the love you needed from a parent, just give yourself that love right here, right now. The mothering, the fathering. Give yourself the love that you craved as a child. You fill the cup. You have the power to fill the cup. Fill the cup and fill the self with love, connected to the divine from on high. Thank you, Kelly. By all means, if you would like to ask a question or receive the focus, please do. I'll work with you real time. Now I'm seeing to focus on the root chakra, the grounding cord. And for anyone who's watching who's feeling a sense of instability or uncertainty, just tune into the energy and the energetic line that you're dropping from your root, from the perineum down into the earth. What does it look like? Is it strong? Is it clear? Is it flowing? Or is it tattered and frayed? Is it glitching? Just tune into the energy here and allow that energy that was coming through the crown earlier to feed that, infuse it, charge it, anchoring your spirit, anchoring your mind, anchoring yourself, embodying yourself, being embodied, no matter how uncomfortable. I know for myself from experience, if there's a lot of pain that I can disassociate and check out. And it's difficult to stay embodied when there is a lot of physical pain or emotional pain, or you're witnessing a lot of pain. So I feel very strongly that it's important for all of us to stay embodied as much as we can, despite the discomfort. So dropping this grounding cord and charging this grounding cord, dropping it into the earth, creates a feedback loop with the earth. And this means also tuning into the changes that are happening as she shakes and shifts, buckles and rolls. As she's waking up, as she's ascending into her next aspect of self, she's growing and evolving, while you're anchored and embodied and connected, you rise with her. You rise and raise your vibration with the earth, in alignment with the earth. And then you're receiving your intuitive guidance and messages from the earth herself, which is incredibly powerful because she's an incredibly powerful being. If the concept of thinking of the earth as a living being is new, I like to think of her as a celestial body, beautiful jewel in space, with her own consciousness, with her own presence, with her own sense of self. And sometimes she's awake and sometimes she's slumbering. And right now, going through a period of evolution, going through a period of change, going through a period of waking up, and seeing what no longer serves. And so this is reflected in our own lives, given that she's our home base. And as we awake and evolve with her, seeing what no longer serves, seeing what energy is dragging us down, seeing what is heavy, stopping the flow, and releasing that energy, alchemizing that energy, transforming that energy in our own lives. So that we can find that place of peace. And my own teacher, Master Charles Cannon, would say that the greatest gift you can offer in this life, the greatest contribution you can make, is your own peace. So when you find that center of your vortex, when you find that balance point, when you walk the razor's edge and you find that balance point in yourself, that then ripples out to everybody in your sphere of influence, that ripples out in your work, in your home, in your family, in your community. That energy of peace ripples out to everybody in your sphere, everybody you come in contact with. So finding that deep stillness within is a beautiful gift. It's a beautiful gift to give. So if you think of yourself in a large vortex, and just like somebody who's shaping clay on a wheel, and the top may wobble and change shape depending on how much you're centering that clay as it spins. We're bringing that vortex of energy. Things pull you off center. Life happens and things go wobbly. So think of this as a centering of your own vortex. And in any tornado, the eye of the storm is still. So bringing you into that place of stillness. Take a deep breath. Just letting anything that no longer serves you be jettisoned out of your field, be dissolved, resolved, absolved. And you as the viewer, whatever surfaces in your mind as I speak, it's pertinent to you. So that you're clear. With the debris clearing from your field comes a beautiful clarity. So we have a few people here. Welcome. If you've just come in, I will say again, this is an opportunity for you to receive healing in real time. By all means, write your request in the chat. That's the purpose of this live stream, to open it up to people who need some help or would like some clarity. All healing comes from the divine. By all means. If you're feeling brave and you'd like some help, now's the time. Just gonna bang my drum. So for this section, please just become aware of the contact of your body on the ground, on the earth. Your feet, your sit bones, your back if you're laying down. Just wherever the body is making contact with the earth. And go ahead and take a beautiful deep breath and affirm to yourself, I call myself home. Miss Annie, yes. Direct this energy towards your knee, and then I'll get more specific when I'm done drumming. Annie, do you have any hardware in your knee? I'm wondering if you've had surgery, if there's a bolt or a pin, because certainly that is the energy that I'm seeing, and that whether you have or you haven't, it's like there's a screw or a metal object through your knee. Okay, so you haven't. So this is just an energy imprint then. We're just going to pull that out, okay? We're just going to pull that out. It's on the inner knee here, but it's creating a twist or a torque in the kneecap. So I feel like your alignment is off, which stems from your feet. So first of all, we're going to pull that energetic corkscrew out, okay? Take a deep breath for me. That instantly, I see energy shoot up your quad, and it feels like the energy between your knee and your foot wants to be reinvigorated and re-enlivened. Like there's a disconnect energetically from that foot through the knee. So perhaps you've been posting, like standing strong on the other leg, and this leg is holding what is difficult to see. So just be aware, by bringing the focus and the spotlight onto this leg and bringing the energy and the flow to this knee and this leg and this foot, that things might surface for you, memories might surface, You might get strange dreams. You might have a recall. You might remember something that you've forgotten, something that you shoved away. Because hands and feet, legs, arms, it's where we throw the things in the too hard basket. It's like we protect our organs at all costs, and we put energy into the hands and feet, into the extremities. And so something that you could do to the foot below that knee is to roll on a ball, is to stand on a smooth pebble rock. You want to press the reflexology pressure points in that foot. And as I say that, I see the energy sparking and spiraling up into the knee and up into the hip and all the way through the back and up into the neck. So you're activating that foot. And then this has to do with you stepping forward, like the decisions you're making about the way forward in your life, how you are walking forward, how you are choosing to move forward. So all of that is tied up into this knee. And I feel like that corkscrew was a restraining bolt of some kind, something in your life that has been holding you back, something in your life that has been put in place, maybe not even by you consciously, but as a survival mechanism, or maybe bracing yourself from being, protecting yourself from energy projected at you. So it's like a survival mechanism to hold yourself in place and to brace yourself. And with that removed, it may feel a little shaky at first, a little uncertain about finding your way forward without that there, because it feels like it's been there for a long time. And whether it's arced up because you had an injury, or you twisted your ankle, or there was some kind of impact in your life, emotional, physical, spiritual, mental impact in your life, that's what you've been pivoting around. That brace, that point, that corkscrew has been holding you in place. So get ready with that energetic imprint removed. Get ready for things to get shaken up a little, for movement to happen, for things to open up in ways that you hadn't expected. Aligning here right now in this sacred virtual space that the movement forward is for your highest good, in alignment with your highest good, in alignment with you following that dream in your heart, with no obstacles, with no restrictions, with nobody blocking you. Whether it's a self-sabotage or in relationship, somebody creating resistance, all comes back to that corkscrew and how you've been anchoring in place. Take a deep breath into the area that we just removed that corkscrew. Just ground now through both feet. So there's like a little calibration here of energy between both feet, both legs, both knees, so that you're stabilizing your foundation. How that presents for you, whether it's your home, your finances, your family, your career, bringing stability. And with that stability comes a sense of security, safety. So affirm with me now, I am safe and I'm free. I have stability. I can keep going because the energy is flowing now. This opens up a center in your heart to, as the energy flows from the foot, through the knee, up through the hip, up through the spine. It feels like it's a heart opening. So if there's feelings here that maybe have been repressed or not felt or hidden away, just breathe into your heart right now and just allow them to surface. They'll pass like a wave. It makes me sneeze. Woo! That's an energy release. I'm just giving your heart some love. If you've been with me through the whole session at the beginning, there was a lot of focus on the heart. Spirit's here really just giving you an infusion of love for your heart. So if you've been feeling like you're doing it all alone, or you're carrying everybody else's burdens, or you're not getting the support that you need, Spirit is here to let you know that you are absolutely being held in the arms of the angels. They got your back. And I pray that you can feel this in a palpable, potent way. That it's as real as if I was right there and I could touch you and you could feel it. That's how strong this energy is for you, that you can feel that in your heart. And that in itself is a fine-tuning of your sensitivity to energy. And for those of you who are here who are already very sensitive and say, I can't handle anymore, you can tone it down when you need to. When you're in a safe place, when you're in a safe environment, when you're in nature, you can open up your energetic centers to receive and absorb. And when you're in an environment that is not so loving, you can bring it in a little bit so that you're not absorbing all that debris that we just cleared. And I encourage you to do your housekeeping morning and night, on waking, before you go to bed. It's a good reminder for myself to clear the energy before you go to sleep. Tune in and check your energy field. See if there's any debris that you've picked up. If somebody's projected negative energy at you, what does that look like? Is it a hook? Is it a barb? Is it a snag? Is it a piece of shrapnel? You don't want to carry that into your dream time. And upon waking, checking in with how you feel. Is your energy clear? Did you receive any messages from your dreams? Sometimes the guidance is crystal clear in your dream time. Are you dreaming? How's your body feeling? And you can do that through the day as well. Just a little self-check during the day. If something's thrown you off center, take a beat, step aside, go to the bathroom. Do whatever you need to do to take an objective perspective, step back, and tune in with yourself. Because a lot of humans are walking around with a lot of baggage. And when you're in a relationship, in any situation, no matter how intimate, if you're in contact or connected to another human being, there's an energy exchange happening. And sometimes we're in a relationship with people that energy exchange is not so easy, but we're in a situation where we have to have that exchange. And just being mindful of what you pick up, what doesn't belong to you. So I find a lot of time if my body's not feeling right, my body's very sensitive to energy, that oftentimes it doesn't even belong to me. I've picked up energy from another. And so it's like an off-gassing or a diffusing of that energy. And I suspect, Annie, that you're actually a really sensitive being. and acknowledging that. And that is not something that in the past, in general, has been acknowledged or celebrated or appreciated, because we've been operating in a world that's very ambitious and driven and competitive. That's the nature of the system that we're born into. But as that shifts and changes, it's the sensitives and the healers and the psychic intuitives and the light workers and the empaths that are going to surface as the ones who can lead, because you're tuned in and you have a deep inner knowing and you're guided. Hi, Zara. Welcome back. How's your breathing? How's your sleep? Kelly. A healing for fatigue. Yes, you can have a healing for fatigue. Kelly, can you sit with your spine aligned straight? This is very much about the vertical line today that's coming through. I mean, you may be laying down, and that's fine. However you're positioned is fine, but just consciously aligning with the vertical line. Opening the crown to spirit, which I feel is already very open for you, and allowing that energy to drop in. Exactly what transpired earlier in this session is an energy from the crown coming through and dropping all the way to the earth. So this is connecting you into the earth and allowing you that feedback loop of receiving energy from the earth. Because we all know the power and majesty of Mother Earth, the force of nature, is immense. And so this energy is wanting to align you to her. And opening the chakras in the bottom of your feet, just allowing them to open to the energy of the earth. So I'm feeling a lot more energy in your left foot, and the right foot feels a little bit inert. It's starting to come online as I speak, Kelly, but it's a little sluggish here. So this aspect of self, divine feminine, divine masculine, for some reason I always get those mixed up. The right side, if somebody can remind me, I feel like that's the feminine. But this aspect of self, your right side, feels slower to activate and engage with that earth energy, Kelly. It's coming, it's starting to happen, but it's slow. This one's buzzing. This one's is slow. And by slow, I mean inert. Like I said, it's just, you know, when you go online and there's a button on a website that is not highlighted and you can't click it. So it's not active. So we're just going to activate the chakra in the base of your right foot to receive this energy from the earth. And that's a balancing too. I'm also hearing green juices. I don't know if you've investigated all the superfoods. There are many, such as spirulina, chlorella, blue-green algae, all the green powders you'll find in a health food shop. If you can put a scoop of those in your smoothie or your drink, take it in capsule form, whatever is easiest for you to consume. If you can get some superfoods into your system, the malaise, the fatigue feels like it's energetically heavy, like you're carrying other people's burdens also. So just for today, take everybody's burdens, everybody's problems, everybody's everything that they kind of hand you on a regular basis, because you're empathic and kind. Just lift those off your shoulders and place them down. Ah, that feels better already. Whew, that opens everything up. That opens everything up. Feels like a weight off your shoulders. And now I feel the balance in your feet, the energy coming from Mother Earth, up through the feet, up through the legs, into the heart. And there's a lightness. You're actually showing me your wings here, Kelly. Stepping into your Earth Angel wings. There's a kookaburra sitting on the branch outside, confirming. Kookaburra is very healing. Also just clearing the last residue of the burdens of others off your back. So being mindful, Kelly, that you get weighed down by everybody else's problems. If that rings true for you, take it on. If it doesn't ring true for you, don't take it on. But I find as a kind, compassionate, caring person that it's very easy to take on other people's pain. Yeah, you feel it. And that's difficult. And sometimes it's difficult to distinguish your pain from another's when you get absorbed. So just now we're clearing all that off your back. Clearing the heaviness and density of other people's problems off your back. The weight of the world. Yeah. Take a break from the news, perhaps. If there's emotions that surface here, Kelly, when we're clearing that, just feel them. You know, it's difficult to see another hurting. If you feel it yourself, you can discharge that energy, express that feeling on behalf of somebody if you've been holding it in your body. If you can't discharge it yourself and it surfaces as an emotion in you, or it triggers an emotion in you, just clearing that, allowing it to be expressed. It's like a polishing for you, Kelly. A little polishing. Yeah, that feels good. Feels good. And if you need to rest, please rest. Like if the clearing, the act of receiving a clearing makes you sleepy, don't fight that. Just let yourself nap. Let yourself go to bed early. Let yourself rest, because it will help reset and recalibrate. And that may be a day or 2 or 3, who knows, yeah? Don't beat yourself up if you wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm not full of beans, I'm still tired. Just give yourself as long as you need. Sometimes that takes a while. It takes a while to reset. Annie, how do I move forward? And Kelly, you work with hospice patients. Well, that says it all. Yes. Which is a gift, really, if you're helping people in the last stages of their life. Think about this, Kelly. Annie, I'll come back to you in a minute. Think about this energetically. When you're working with the people who are dying, is it palliative or hospice comes first? Whichever, it's end stages of life. I think hospice is the end, yeah? When you're working with people at the end of their life, if you think about it, this is my observation of being around people who are dying. When a spirit is preparing to leave, often all the unresolved stuff, all the things that have been packed away, all the things that are in the unconscious are dissipating and surfacing for that person to face. So a lot of people in the end stages of their life, in my experience, are in a maelstrom of intensity because they're suddenly processing everything that didn't get processed, didn't get worked through, didn't get unpacked, didn't get looked at, got shoved away. And certainly the older generations above us, if it's an elder, didn't have the resources and tools that we have access to in our lifetimes. Didn't have a bevy of healers. Spiritual healing came through a priest. There's not a lot of options for the elder generation to have the support or the resources or the wherewithal to process what's happened in their life. So there's this dissolution and this energetic rising of all the unpacked, unhealed, unseen stuff in their life. And that can be very intense. And you'll see it. Some people die with grace and ease, and some people go fighting every step of the way and in turmoil and agitated and angry and depressed. And so depending on the person, when you're caring for them, when you're tending them, which is one of the most noble things you can do as far as I'm concerned. It's up there with being a mother. It's up there with being a teacher, aged care, tending the dying. It's unrecognized. It's unappreciated. It's completely overlooked most of the time because most people are terrified of death. So you're working in a field where there's not a lot of affirmation, recognition, confirmation, acknowledgement of the work that you're doing, for starters. And then you're, as an empath, I'm going to sneeze again. Here we go. It's cold here, I will say that. But I also feel like the sneezes are a clearing. When you're working with the dying and all of their energetic stuff is in the air, that it's very easy to absorb that as an empath. So Kelly, I would encourage you to hold an amethyst in your pocket. This is a crystal that's known to transmute negative energy, and give yourself the spaciousness and the time before you go in to shield yourself energetically, and when you get home to discharge the energy that doesn't belong to you, so that you don't carry on the woes and the burdens and the unhealed baggage of the people that you're tending. This is going to create exhaustion and fatigue very quickly. Yeah. And if you're really exhausted, if you've got any accrued vacation time, just get yourself into nature at any opportunity. Just sit by the water, go see a waterfall, go to the beach, go to the mountains, wherever there's nature, and you can consciously ground out that energy through your hands, through your feet, back into Mother Earth. And you'll feel it. If you sit with your hands on the earth for a period of time, you'll start to feel, with the intention that you're grounding out, letting go of anybody's energy that doesn't belong to you, you'll start to feel it flowing out of you and into the earth. And so you're giving it back to the earth, and she's recycling it. She's recycling that heaviness, that energy, that density, so that you're not holding it in your tissues and cells. Most important as a healer, that you're not taking on other people's burdens. So yeah. And thanks for the work that you do, yeah? A little appreciation and acknowledgement from me, from on high, from everybody here, to anybody else who's caring for somebody who's dying, for anybody else who's a mother, a teacher, a nurse, a doctor, aged care worker. Really, really underappreciated and just so important. Spirit sees what you do, you know? Yeah. Zara. Zara, can you tell me a little bit about what's going on with you with your breath? If I recall last time, your living environment was intense and that you didn't perhaps feel safe in your own bed. Okay. Zara, if you can align your intention with me, this hand at your back, on your lungs. Can you take a deep breath in for me? We're directing this energy to your lungs at your back. I'm sensing inflammation. It feels like your body, there's like a low-grade kind of chronic inflammation happening. And that feels like it's a response to an agitation in your experience, like fight, flight, constantly having to shift and dodge and react. Like I feel like you might be in a highly reactive, volatile environment, whether that's at home or at work or where you live. Where do you live, Zara? Kind of feels like a war zone. Like whether that's actual or energetic. Dubai. Which is its own world unto itself. Dubai, from my experience, I've only stopped in once, but it has its own dominating force, if you will. There is a dominating force in Dubai. And there's an incredibly restrictive expectations as a woman. So working within the confines of this restrictive environment and remembering how to breathe, spirits are saying you're working within the confines of the religion, you're working within the confines of the system, you're working within the confines of a system that is very male dominated. So there's all these restrictions on your being. Right. And so how to find freedom in yourself and nourishment in yourself within those restrictions. So just right here, right now with me. So can you breathe? Breathe this energy into your lungs. And I feel the confinement. I feel the restriction. I feel the feeling caged, or like your body's in, it's contracted. So just for this moment, can you allow your whole body to soften, to take a deep breath? One more. Sarah, just hold for a moment the concept that as a spirit, you came into this picture, you chose this life, you chose this environment, you chose this family, you chose this place to be because you're a very powerful spirit. And even with this feeling of being restricted or contained or restricted, is this awareness that can be cultivated and this ability to expand your consciousness within that while tending the needs of your body. Obviously, your body you need to tend to. So gaining some practices and some tools, whether you do this in bed at night, where you can steal a moment of privacy to just focus on your breath, to just bring the healing energy into your body, to cultivate an awareness that you can heal your body, receiving it from others as well. There's the beauty of added intention here, focusing the energy at your lungs, at the inflammation, at the agitation, so that you can actually still feel free, that you can still feel free and you can cultivate that sense of freedom within yourself, regardless of the containment that you find yourself in. Take another deep breath. And so it's like you've chosen the extra advanced level of the game before you came in, right? You chose the most advanced level of the game. I'm going to give myself this really restrictive experience, but I'm going to have the awareness of energy. I'm going to have the awareness of healing, and I'm going to have that connection to spirit. And that's what you're working with in this containment. So that's how your spirit chose to come through to evolve. And if you hold it like that, if you can see the bigger picture, if you can see that in fact you chose this ahead of time, catalogue of life, which one am I going to pick? Which family am I going to come through? Which religion am I going to come through? All of these conditions that create the environment that you're living, if you can hold it that you chose it ahead of time, then it suddenly stops you being a victim. Can you feel that. Because if you can sense yourself as this vast expanse, this epically humongous, magnificent spirit that's funneled into this being, aware that you chose that ahead of time, it somehow shifts the energy from being a victim of circumstance to a remembering of who you are and why you came here. So, yes, I'm in this containment. Yes, these are the confines, these are the walls of aspects of self that are allowed to be expressed in this environment. But there's a world within worlds in your inner world of knowing that you have everything you need to heal yourself, that connection, nobody can take that from you, that you chose it ahead of time. And then shifting that victim mentality allows you moving forward, bolt removed, allows you moving forward, just like Miss Annie, take out the bolts, take out the restraining bolts energetically, allows you to be free wherever you are. Allows you to be free. So I'm just feeling this beautiful pulsing energy. It's coming through your whole body. It's like an infusion of energy. If you've ever pressed a pressure point on your body that's sore or a muscle, and then you bring the focus to it with a massage or a pressure point, and then you release it, there's an energy flow, there's oxygenated blood coming to that muscle. That's what this feels like, an infusion of pulsing energy to your lungs, to your awareness, to your sense of self. Sneezing on camera. The air is crisp and the door keeps flowing open. But I'm going to call it like it is, a shifting of energy, a transmutation and alchemization of energy on your behalf. So moving forward, you can give this healing to yourself. Your body knows how to heal itself. So hold this as an activation and a remembrance of how to heal yourself, while knowing that you chose this life ahead of time. And even though the restrictions and the confinements are there, that you actually are not a victim. Because what's available to you is remembering how to heal. There's another piece to this too, and this is something that I've had to look at a lot in my life, because I've received a lot of lessons around physical health, continue to receive lessons around physical health. And this might be a little triggering, but if you're not in victim mode and you're stepping into an empowerment of self, maybe asking yourself, what do I benefit from being in discomfort? What do I benefit from being sick? Is there a payoff? Is there a payout? Does it benefit you some way to receive that, be in that place Does it benefit you somehow to remain stuck in that place? And I feel when somebody who's sick or unwell being asked that question, there's a, whoa, what? I'm not making this happen. But there's another level of taking responsibility for not being the victim in asking that question. It's just a question. Just to allow yourself to think about the benefits and the payout of being unwell. Do you get sympathy? Do you get special attention? Do you get some slack on what you're meant to be doing in your life? Is there a support network that maybe otherwise you wouldn't be getting? So there may be something that you're generating yourself to stay in this state where you're looking for attention or affection or love that you otherwise wouldn't get. So if you can be really honest with yourself and really truthful with yourself with that question, that can also help you to rise out of the victim mode. Okay, so that doesn't resonate as true for you. If you have access, there's plenty of teachings online. There's a bazillion videos on my channel about energy healing, ability to heal, activating that ability to heal, connecting into the divine so that you're bringing through that energy to heal the body. I've healed myself of chronic conditions on a number of occasions, and it's very doable. Very doable. I would encourage you to that every little step, every little thing that you've done is trying everything, that it's all accumulative, that it's all building, and to not give up. And just now I'm going to finish with a clearing for you, Zara, if you're feeling like somebody's attacking you, to bring a shield of protection, yeah? I'm wondering if there's a parent involved. A lot of judgment and expectation. So this is for anybody who's feeling sensitive to another person's projections, some kind of negative energy, any kind of psychic attack, physical, verbal thoughts, any kind of negative energy being projected at you. Is going to weave a beautiful shield of protection around you. And this is something you can do morning, noon, and night, as often as you need. I'm seeing you in a bubble of protection, a force field that deflects, bounces off any energy that's coming your way. Can you take a deep breath in this place, just knowing you're safe in this moment? Also see at the back of your neck, that's pressure of control, some kind of dominance and control. Just clearing that energy. Take another deep breath for me. So Zara, you just have the next level of needing to be attentive and aware to your shield. Yeah? And asking for support and having everybody here, anybody who watches this, their added focus adds strength to that force field. Yeah? Back to the amethyst too. If you have an amethyst of any kind, I would say any negative energy that you're experiencing, pour into that amethyst, ground it out of your physical body so that you're not holding it in your tissues and cells. You're so welcome. All right, my loves. I'm going to make that a wrap. Feel free to watch again. Feel free to join next time. Thank you to angels, spirits, and guides for coming through. Thank you for being here. You can watch the rerun. Right, my loves. Many blessings. Take a deep breath in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being you. Bye, my loves.